Begin with a statement. A statement on the U.S. State Department's report on International Religious Freedom 2023. And thereafter, we'll open the floor for questions. We have noted the release by the U.S. State Department of its report on International Religious Freedom for 2023. As in the past, the report is deeply biased, lacks understanding of India's social fabric, and is visibly driven by vote bank considerations and a prescriptive outlook. We therefore reject it. The exercise itself is a mix of imputations, misrepresentations, selective usage of facts, reliance on biased sources, and a one-sided projection of issues. This extends even to the depiction of our constitutional provisions and duly enacted laws of India. It has selectively incidents to advance a preconceived narrative as well. In some cases, the very validity of laws and regulations are questioned by the report, as are the right of legislatures to enact them. The report also appears to challenge the integrity of certain legal judgments given by Indian courts. The report has also targeted regulations that monitor misuse of financial flows into India, suggesting that the burden of compliance is unreasonable. It seeks to question the need for such measures. On its own part, the United States has even more stringent laws and regulations and would surely not prescribe such solutions for itself. Human rights and respect for diversity have been and remain a legitimate subject of discussion between India and the United States. In 2023, India has officially taken up numerous cases in the US of hate crimes, racial attacks on Indian nationals and other minorities, vandalization and targeting of places of worship, violence and mistreatment by law enforcement authorities, as well as the according of political space to advocates of extremism and terrorism abroad. However, such dialogue should not become a license for foreign interference in other polities. So that was my statement. I now open the floor for questions. Please, Siddhant.
Hi sir, Siddhant from Beyond. So this is in relationship to the same report. We have seen the comments by the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying there is rise of hate crime in India. Your reaction? And sir, I have a second question as well. We have also seen remarks by the Chief Minister of the Eastern State of West Bengal over the Teesta development, India sending technical team. If you can give what's the official reaction of the Ministry of External Affairs?
Okay. मधु.
सर मधुरेंद्र भाई न्यूज़ नेशन से ब्लिंकन का जो बयान है सर उस पर मैं आपका रिप्लाई क्रिस्प में चाहूँगा कि जिस तरह से भारत की घटनाओं को उन्होंने संकलित करके इस तरह की टिप्पणी की है उस पर भारत का जवाब क्या है और ख़ास तौर पे जो आपने अपने स्टेटमेंट पे कहा कि इस तरह की तमाम घटनाएं अमेरिका में लगातार हो रही हैं लेकिन उस पर उनकी आंखें नहीं खुलती, भारत की घटनाओं को उन्होंने वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स के लिए इस्तेमाल किया है, तो क्या वाकई ये सिर्फ वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स है या पर्टिकुलरली इंडिया को टारगेट किया जा रहा है? दूसरा सवाल मेरा सर रसिया को लेकर है, जहां पर भारत के लोग गए, वहां की सेना में शामिल हुए, यूक्रेन वॉर में मारे गए। इस घटना के बाद जो आप लोगों ने संज्ञान लिया, कितने लोग वापस भारत आए हैं, उसका कोई डाटा हमें मिल सकता?
This is Yeshi Seri from the New Indian Express. Is Prime Minister Modi going to Moscow? If yes, when?
Ayushi.
Sir, Ayushi Ward from ANI. Can we also have a confirmation of who India would be representing at the SCO summit in Astana?
Pranay.
सर प्रणय उपाध्याय जी न्यूज़ से। लेबनान को लेकर एक एडवाइजरी भारत सरकार की तरफ से जारी की गई थी। लेबनान में कितने भारतीय हैं और अभी वहां पर क्या स्थिति है? क्या हमने कितने लोगों से संपर्क किया है वहां पर?
So I'm Huma Siddiqui from the Financial Express. There's violence still going on in Kenya, so any further advisory for the Indians, and has anybody asked to be repatriated from there?
Okay. So first, coming to your question, Siddhant, on the US State Department report, I just made a statement. I would refer you to look at the statement. You will get your comments, get answers for your comments. It's a very detailed statement that we've read out. So that is where I would like you to refer to. On the question of the letter of the Chief Minister that you mentioned, we've seen some reports in that regard too. For us, at least, the facts do not bear out the assertions that have been made. The Ganga Water Treaty of 1996 is due for renewal in 2026, and for carrying out that exercise, an internal review of this treaty is being undertaken, and for that an internal committee has been set up. This internal committee has all stakeholders who are part of this in that committee, including the West Bengal government. The West Bengal government has been attending these meetings regularly. In fact, on 5th of April 2024, a communication was received from the West Bengal government indicating its drinking water and industrial water requirements for inclusion in the treaty beyond 2026. The committee has submitted its final report, and which is presently under examination by the relevant ministry. So that is where it is, your question regarding the letter from West Bengal government. मधु, आपका सवाल यूएस स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट के जो अभी रिपोर्ट उन्होंने जारी किया है उस पर था. उस पर हमने अपनी टिप्पणी दे दी है. तो मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगा कि उसका जो हिंदी रूपांतर भी आप लोग को इस सभा के बाद आप लोग को मिल जाएगा, कि उस हमारी टिप्पणी को देखें जो हम लोगों ने कहा है. रशिया के मामले में वहाँ पर पहले भी मैंने बताया था कि करीबन 10 लोगों को वहाँ से लाया गया है छुड़ाकर, और लोग घर वापस आ गए हैं. करीबन 20 से 25 लोगों ने हमको हमारे एम्बेसी को वहाँ उन्होंने कांटेक्ट किया था कि उनको वहाँ से छुड़ाया जाए. इस पर हम लोग लगातार जोर बनाए हुए हैं. रशियन अथॉरिटीज़ के साथ बातचीत हमारी चल रही है, और हमारा भरपूर प्रयास है कि जो भी लोग वहाँ पर हैं उसको हम लोग वहाँ से निकल पाएंगे जल्दी से जल्दी. Yeshi, your question regarding Russia. We have a very well established bilateral summit arrangement with the Russian Federation. We have this bilateral summit meeting between the Prime Minister of India and the President of Russian Federation. 21 such meetings have happened so far. We are also preparing to hold the next summit. We will share the dates with you as soon as we can. Ayushi, your question regarding SCO participation. The Indian delegation at SCO will be led by External Affairs Minister. This SCO summit is to be held between 3rd and 4th of July. So External Affairs Minister will be leading our delegation there. प्रणय, लेबनान को लेके आपका सवाल, उस पे हमारे जो दूतावास है बेरूट में, उन्होंने एक एडवाइजरी जारी किया है. वहाँ पर हमारे काफ़ी भारतीय नागरिक रहते हैं, काम करते हैं, प्रोफेशनल्स हैं. मुझे मेरा जो इन्फॉर्मेशन है उसके हिसाब से करीबन 2 से 3 हज़ार लोग हमारे लोग हैं, और हम लोग की एम्बेसी जो है उनसे लगातार संपर्क बनाए हुए हैं. और इस प्रकार हमने ट्रैवल एडवाइजरी नहीं इशू किया है. हमने सिर्फ इतना बताया है कि आप लोग एम्बेसी से संपर्क बनाए रखें, ताकि इस प्रकार का कोई भी अगर घटना हो तो उसमें फिर कार्रवाई करने में हम लोग को बहुत जल्दी से जल्दी कार्रवाई कर सकते हैं. Uma, your question regarding Kenya. There also we issued an advisory. There was a protest linked to a local legislation. No Indian has been caught in the violence. Nobody has been impacted. that advisory still holds good. We have told our nationals to be cautious, take care of their movements or how they go about in the city. But my understanding is that situation is also coming back, coming back to normal. It's improving and things are in order as of now. Can we take more questions? Pia.
Pia with the print, sir, information is coming in that